Hey, goddesses, how are you? It's time to talk about the month of September and the full moon. Where? In Pisces. How y'all doing out there? Hey. Okay, let me take the music down because, yeah, it warbles my voice. Greetings to all of you goddesses out there. I'm Tyra Omilade, your goddess guru, your sister friend, and you know I love helping women align with their life purpose using the power of ancient wisdom and the goddess centered lifestyle. It's all about moving past trauma, limiting beliefs, and just all the things that block us and helping us to step fully into our feminine power and creating the life by design that we desire to have and live in this world. And one of the ways I love to do that is through sharing astrology and oracle readings and just all the wisdom that I have been able to use in my own life to share with you and help you to use in your life. So, how are you all doing out there? What I want to do is talk about the September astrology. I'm a little bit late going over the month. It's the 9th, September 9th, baby. Okay, 9 9. Um, yeah, so we'll just see what else is left for us to talk about. Definitely really going to focus on that full moon in Pisces. Whoa, that is a big moon. And yeah, we'll see what else I can get in. So let me pull this up. I've told y'all about, so I'm just gonna refresh your memory for those who haven't seen this. I have my latest Sacred Goddess Toolkit for healing self-criticism. Why? Because Virgo, that's a season to be like, hey, inner critic, I'm gonna need you to just like tone it down just a little bit. It keeps us like locked and we can't get things done. So yeah, that's why I created this healing toolkit. And yeah, it's all about quelling your inner critic. It's a hypnosis track. It also comes with the subliminal. So we use the hypnosis and it helps to create that change from the inside out by really working with the subconscious mind. But then we can use that subliminal to keep the work going. You just turn on the subliminal, listen to it, throughout the day. You could turn it on at night. It doesn't really matter. It's useful for 24 hours a day, whenever you want to use it. But I also want to show y'all these. I created an oracle deck and it has affirmations that are all about the helping the inner critic turn into somebody who's more of like an inner coach or an inner cheerleader. Because what ends up happening is all that criticism, it makes us doubt ourselves. We don't have confidence. So I created a nice little oracle deck that you can print out and yeah, you can just pull a card each day to help you focus on um, what affirmation you really want to infuse into your subconscious mind. And I do want you to know that the affirmation deck affirmations are actually what's in the subliminal. And also, I consider the inner critic to be that gremlin. It's like an inner gremlin. And so there's a way to kind of, I created a worksheet that you can use to kind of identify that inner gremlin. And again, it's all about quelling the energy. It's kind of like, hey, what do you really want me to know so that you can stop beating a sister up? So, yeah, we're going to talk about this full moon today. And yeah, it's gonna be epic. So let's just go on ahead and start. Oh, the details in the description box for the Goddess Healing Toolkit. So let's just kind of look at September 1st. Okay, let's look at the month, the layout of the month. So we started out the month actually. Wait a minute, Mercury retrograde. When did it go direct? On the 28th of August. So the what we're in is the part of Mercury retrograde where it's retracing its steps to moving forward. And so that's until about the 12th. It's like we're wrapping up Mercury retrograde, but it does kind of feel like Mercury is just blaring forth very quickly, or Mercury is retrograde, or Mercury being direct. Everything feels like it's moving forward very, very quickly. And so that's something else that we could be feeling like we maybe it was kind of like things were held back, but now we're moving forward at a nice pace or maybe even a very fast pace. So that is something that is exciting. We did have another planet go retrograde on September the 1st, which is Uranus went retrograde. And so um, it just really adds to the retrograde energy. Could have been around the first. There could have felt like a lot of technology glitches going awry, because Uranus is one of our technology planets. Um, so yeah, or the where it could have gone awry, it could be something around money because it's in Taurus, and it could have been something around what we're eating, food chain supplies, and maybe even something happening with the earth. I don't quite remember back that far. I know it's the ninth, but I'm like, it's a lot of that has happened for me since the first. So the other thing that happened is Pluto went back into Capricorn on September the 1st. So this is a very short transit, or in terms of how long Pluto will be in Capricorn. It's been in and out of Capricorn for years now. Like Pluto has been in Capricorn forever. Um, Not forever. Let me not say that. Since about 2007, 2008. So this is its last time that we will see in our lifetime Pluto in Capricorn. And Pluto is, let's just be real, a generational planet. So it's definitely tying up loose ends around everything that it has been doing. And Capricorn is a planet that has to do with um, governments, corporations. So we'll see a lot. Pluto is about power. So we'll see something around the power dynamic as it relates to those entities. And also, Capricorn is about tradition. So something transforming around tradition. Now, Pluto coming into Aquarius, we're already seeing how things are different. Things are changing. I wish I knew what was going on throughout the world. I'm so caught up in what's going on in the United States because this is still part of our Pluto return that I don't keep up with what's going on. I will do that once I feel safe. um, but what I will say is that uh, there is a shift that is happening in the United States. It's very different and it's very Aquarian like. And where the other thing that I've been noticing is how people are getting very critical and becoming more aware of inflation and its corporate greed. That's Capricorn, corporate greed. And it's kind of like this last little time to get in there and transform this power imbalance that we've had. That's what Pluto's working on. And I just think that Pluto is setting the stage. Pluto being in Capricorn this last little bit of time, especially for those of us in the United States, which everyone in the world is watching. So this is really a transit that's important to the world. And it's like Pluto is coming in and finishing up the last finishing touches as this country is getting rebirthed. And so we're going to see a lot happen. Pluto goes direct. I can't remember when Pluto goes direct. Let's see here. Pluto goes direct. So Pluto goes direct on October the 11th. I'm telling y'all, around that time, maybe a week before, week of, week after, that is going to be a major time of what to look for and what's going on in society. Again, I know the United States the best. So, wow. But Pluto going direct, it's gonna be it's just here for a few months. It's moved in September, it's moving out in December, a few months to tie up the loose ends. And it's tying up the loose ends in your Capricorn house also. And one of the best things you can do is just go back and revisit videos that went over Pluto and Capricorn through the signs to see what it means for you. Of course, if you're Capricorn and you have planets in the last few degrees, I would say the last uh maybe 27, 28, 29th degree. If you have something in Capricorn on those degrees, it could be something in Cancer, Aries, and, Libra. Whoa. Yeah, now you have to know astrology to be able to look at your chart and know it's something there. But for those who of you who can do that, trust and believe big changes for you headed it for you, but it's nothing new. You've been dealing with this. It's all about change or be changed. That's how I see Pluto. Pluto is going to change it. So it's like, let me just surrender, and it transforms in a major way. Like for me, Pluto has been in the house that has to do with mind and mindset. And it's been something that I've been obsessed with for years, focusing on my like just the mind. So it could be something like that. You just need to kind of pay attention to what's coming up. But that is that's that's a major transit. We had the new moon in Virgo, which I made a video about. I'll make sure I link it here. And then on September the 4th, Mars went into Cancer. Woo! Just takes my breath away. So Mars going into Cancer is not necessarily the best sign for Mars to be in, but in a way, like Cancer is about taking action, Mars is about taking action. So in that particular vein, it's good. It's definitely like an initiating energy. Um, it could create a sharpness, like maybe we're overly sensitive or we just kind of feel like people are just kind of like cutting us emotionally. It's just something to be a little bit aware of while Mars is in Cancer. It makes us focus on all things Cancerian, which Cancer is about home and family, and it's intuitive. It's about caring for yourself, self-care, um, and it's ancestors, history, and it also has to do with property. So Mars in Cancer is significant. Typically, Mars spends time in a sign for about 6 weeks. But in this particular case, it is going to spend about 6 weeks in Cancer. It'll go into Leo, and then it's going to start retrograding. So, starting around October, again, October is becoming more and more of a month where I'm like, oh my goodness, wow, we're going to have a lot going on in October. So, in October is when Mars starts showing you what it's going to be focusing on. And and then at the top of December is when Mars is going to retrograde. And it'll retrograde from December into February 2025. So the fact that Mars is in Cancer is significant. Now, it's not going to retrograde the whole sign of Cancer. It's going to go back to the 17th degree. But that's pretty much like half of the sign. So about halfway through Cancer season, just start looking to see what's coming up. And more than likely is something that will make you have to really focus. It's like your eyes will get shifted and you'll just be hyper focused on whatever Mars wants you to be looking at. um so yeah. I can't overstate this because Mars only retrogrades like every other year. So this is a significant time for us. I think the fall is going to be a time, it's kind of like fall is prepping us for a dynamic winter. So fall is very dynamic. And, fall actually, once we go into Libra season, say for instance, it's a dynamic season. It's a very dynamic season. So, yeah, it's a time to initiate, make some change. And so I just think it's gonna be heightened. And we already know the United States is in the midst of a rebirth too. So it's like whether you're into politics or not, or whatever, wherever you fall, the energy of this country is just like in an upheaval time. And it's kind of like when that dirt is being churned, so we can plant those seeds and cover it back up and wait for the seeds to start growing. So it's kind of like that time where it's like the dirt is getting primed. Or maybe we can even see this as a time of like when we're in transition, and it's I think it's just going to be felt around the world. We'll all kind of feel like a rebirthing is happening. And Mars is going to take us deep, deep into the womb because that is Cancerian. It's the mother energy. It's taking us deep, deep into the womb. It's taking us into working with healing our ancestral lineage. If we got mama wounds, I think it's going to support you in some kind of way. Maybe it's going to bring it up so you can see it. Maybe it'll help you to focus and actually get that done. Maybe you're the mom who has wounded somebody and it's going to be coming up, but astrology is always working for you. It's always working in your favor, and it's always working in an effort to get you to go in a new direction that's more aligned with your destiny, that helps you to be whole and balanced. So that's kind of how I see September, October, November. Okay, so Mars moves into Cancer. Mercury has gone back into Virgo today on the 9th. And what I love about Mercury in Virgo is Mercury is very good in Virgo. So it's interesting. I'm taking another astrology course, and my teacher said we all astrologers need Virgo because it helps us to be more organized and concise. I love, love, love that about Virgo energy. You will always hear me say how much I just love Virgo energy because Virgo is about troubleshooting, and it's going to help you to get things organized and systematized. Because when chaos ensues, baby, those routines that Virgo helps us to set up, we are grateful for those routines. So those are things that we want to be thinking about, allowing Mercury in Virgo to help us like really cultivate that inner Virgo and to not be afraid to look at hard things. Um, One thing I'm going to say, and we'll talk about this as I get to that full moon. I'm just going to go through everything before I get to the full moon. But there's definitely something I think with this whole Pisces full moon, and it's mixed in and interwoven into this Virgo season. And it's all about, it's like be of service, but don't be oppressed. Because Virgo is the energy of being of service, but it's being of service to who? The oppressed. It's kind of like, how do you need to free yourself from oppression? Where are you oppressed? How has this happened? What is keeping you there? What do you need to be liberated from? You know? And maybe that's something that Mars is going to help us is to get liberated from maybe something in our ancestral lineage, you know? But it's like allow yourself to just kind of hear, be intuitive with this energy of Virgo to see where you being guided. Or maybe you already know. Okay. Maybe you already know. And it's also this energy around work. There's definitely a shift around work and how people work and where people work and how people make money. All of that has shifted ever since we had the pandemic. And it's just like there's new standards, there's new ways of working, like everything is so different around work and workplace and systems and how we work, those kinds of things. So all of this is going to be coming up. Mercury wants to support us in that as Mercury comes back into Virgo. Um, we're going to have, let's see here, the sun is going to move into Libra, and it's going to be on the same day that Venus moves into Scorpio, and then Mercury's going to move into Libra. So Libra is important. I really do think Libra is bringing up all the relationship talk, and I've put out a couple, some recordings, a video with my husband. I have some more actually that I'm going to upload. I'm like, let me upload these before the eclipses move out of Libra and Aries. So yeah, just this continued focus on all things Libra. And Libra has been about releasing something. So you really want to be thinking about what needs to be released. Okay. And maybe it's like, what needs to be released in order for me to have the relationship that I want? Is there a relationship you need to release? The sun, it like shines a light on whatever is there, but it also brings this energy of it's kind of like this ingenious type of energy. It's very wise, it's creative. It's like you're just kind of like able to feel this energy of enlightenment. Yeah, we'll say that. So maybe, you're kind of still working around this and you're trying to figure it out. And the sun moving into Libra is going to support you with that. And then, of course, Mercury comes in, and maybe it's kind of like that you're thinking about. That's one of the things I've been focused on in my teachings around relationships is kind of like the way you think might be impacting your relationship. Maybe somebody infused the thought in there for you around relationships. Well, child, this is this about when it comes to relationships, or when it comes to men, or when it comes to women, or whatever it is, we is there, and it's impacting our relationships. If it's not about relationship, could be something about balance. I think so many of us struggle with being balanced in this society. This is like an adrenaline loving society. And it is such a need for us to have more balance. And I want you just to kind of think about all the different areas of your life. And do you have that balance? Or do you have the balance between yourself and others? Between like self-care and work, or self-care and taking care of everybody else? Do you have that balance? What's keeping you out of balance? This time with Mercury and the sun being there, along with we have an eclipse on let's see here. This is going to be October the 2nd, and it's a new moon eclipse in Libra. So, it's kind of like this is a chance for you to really set into motion something around you and balance, you and emotions. Maybe there's something you've been refining for the next 19 years. So, 18 years, I should say. So I want you to really be taking this time with Libra being very serious. Libra is also this sign that has to do with new beginnings. I also think about support. Oh my gosh. So many people have problems asking for support. Libra is a sign that has to do with support. You talk to Libras love supporting people. They love just being in the mix and helping. It's just how it is. And so Libra often is a sign where it's kind of, I recommend that you think about what kind of support do you need, and what's blocking you getting the support do you need that you need. Why should you do everything on your own? Like, we're humans. Humans are not designed to do everything alone. As a matter of fact, we'll have problems actually being healthy if we never ask for help, right? Now, the other part, just to be 100, because Libra is all the time about being coupled up. Sometimes it's like, wait, you need to stand on like on onto yourself, have people following you. Okay. Sometimes you just gotta go at it alone and be supported by yourself, okay? So for some people, it might be you need to be looking at maybe yeah, maybe it is a little bit about not feeling confident to just do it on your own. Maybe a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? A little bit of, man, I don't know why it's not coming to me, but anywho, you just codependency, there we go. A little bit of codependency. So that's something else to think about. Venus moving into Scorpio. Venus is not comfortable in Scorpio. Let's just be real. But it's definitely a time where we can take that time to go in depth and it can create depth in relationships. It can create a depth of healing within us. So Scorpio is a water sign, so it's definitely about this energy of intuition, and it's just kind of like X-ray vision, being able to see through stuff that nobody else can see, but you can see it. So, yeah, Venus and Scorpio, it is challenging, but Venus has to go through all the signs just like all the other planets, and so it's just that time for Venus to go through Scorpio. And Venus can be this feeling sign, I mean planet. So it could be a time where we feel a lot of deep, deep emotions. And anyone who is well, while Venus is in Libra, I mean, that's her home sign. So it just makes Libras feel really good. But to me, anywhere Venus goes, she just brings this energy of feeling really, really good. Even though it might be a little bit of a struggle, the Scorpios might be feeling like, I love this. Taurus is not so much. Tauruses may not like that time. But Scorpios may kind of feel like, oh, this feels so good. Also, Pisces and Cancers, while Venus is in Libra. I mean, Scorpio can feel good to the water signs. Okay, so that's the biggest thing going on that I noticed this month. And let me see here. I think what I'm gonna do is end this recording and then just make another one with the full moon. I'll talk about the full moon in another recording. So, I'll tell you what I'll do instead. I'm just gonna pull right here on the spot. I'm not gonna even stop to let me shuffle the deck because I like y'all to see. Let's do it this way. I like y'all to see. Do y'all like my little frame, my little background? I used to be a Zumba instructor, and I downloaded some backgrounds from Zumba to put it to my back. It's cracking me up. I just wanted to do something fun and different. Okay, I'm gonna just go with what flew out. Um, okay, so this week we're focused on cosmic power, and we are focused on I in Kosasana, celestial alignment. I like that. So let's start with Mawu Lisa, cosmic power. This is from the African Goddess Rising deck. And y'all know she goes hard. What's her name? Abiola Abrams. She wasn't playing when she when she downloaded channeled this deck. Okay, this is a goddess out of Benin, and it's actually a goddess energy. Mawu Lisa is the force of Mother Father Goddess. Mawu is the moon. Mawu is the moon, the divine feminine. Lisa is the sun, the divine masculine. And they came together during a fawn eclipse. Whoa, to create cosmic power. Actually, this is for the month of September. And this is why I like pulling these cards while y'all see, because it's kind of like, wow, the oracle is on it. This is about an eclipse, which we have the first eclipse of the fall this month. So, this is Mawulisa's guidance for you this month. You are in the right place. Release the fear of your power. Now, that's something that I think could be coming up. You are sacred. You are magic. Now that you know this, You can no longer pretend not to. Rise up in your excuse me, in your into your magnificence. Love and accept yourself fully to unlock everything you seek. Stop pretending to be less than you are. Whoa. Who needed that? That was on my toes. Your real power has nothing to do with external gains. Cosmic power cannot be destroyed or lost. You were created by the same force that birthed the sun and the moon. And the goddess declaration is my power shines forth from within. Dang. Wow. Okay. For the month of September, step into your power, which is from within. You can't keep doing all this stuff out in the world thinking, okay, what day I'll see it. No, it's already there. It's already there, dear queen. Okay. Ayan Kosasana. Let me pull her up. I think she's a South African. Yeah. Zulu, South Africa. She's of the high priest energy and high priestess energy. I consider her to be like my aunt, is what I wrote down here. She's the healer of healers and the teacher of teacher whose love for humanity makes the corn grow. Wow. She dwells in foamy waters, but is known as the heavenly princess. As above, so below is celestial alignment. And this is what her guidance says. Your natural path is to be in alignment with your own divinity. No one can take from you what they didn't give you. Okay. How do you want to feel? You think often about what you want, but goddess energy speaks to us in feelings. Celestial alignment is being in sync with the energetic feeling, the frequency of the sacred. Everything that you desire is in that frequency. So match it with your feelings. That is the energy of the goddess. And her declaration is I am always being guided in the right direction. And I think that's a really good one this month because there is a lot of mutable energy out there. And mutable energy, especially in Pisces, it can kind of make you feel like I'm cloudy. I don't really know what to do. I can't fully see. But Pisces is this type of energy, especially with this full moon happening in Pisces. It's this energy that is like, hey, what you need to do is to have a connection to the divine where you're just being divinely guided. It sounds so woo woo, but I just that's just how it is. Sometimes you just have to, you know, I don't want to say walk by faith and not by sight because it sounds a little cliche for those of us who are raised up in the Christian tradition. But it's not exclusively walk by faith and not by sight. But there is some piece to this that is about you really have to tap into the unseen energy and be guided. And trust your inner power. This is what my woo Lisa was saying. It's like, you know what? Got it. That Virgo Pisces energy that I was talking about earlier, especially the Virgo part, is sort of like I'm powerless. There's this energy of oppression. And it's an invitation wherever you feel powerless it's like, oh, okay, this is where I need to be working. And I want to just offer to you, I want you to test this out. Is the place where you feel powerless and oppressed, is that where your power is hidden? And that's how we actually access our power, is that we face it. That's what Saturn and Pisces is all about right now. It's like, face it. We've got to get real about this thing. And it's like stand flat-footed, this is what I need to really, like, go into, and that is where my power lies. Can be a little easier said than done, but I just wanna give y'all an application of the wisdom that has come through today. So, yeah, wow. For this month, this is the monthly reading. That's what we're gonna call this. So, thank you all so much for being here, and I'm just gonna bring up just a little bit of music before we go out. Again, I just wanna remind you all that I love bringing in the hypnosis into this is one of the things that I love to offer. Uh, because a lot of times we sit around and we listen to all of this astrology. We listen to all the readings and the psychics, and we don't quite change. We don't ever change. We don't have a plan for change. And so for me, it's about sharing the wisdom, but also giving you practical tools to apply the wisdom. And so please consider purchasing the Sacred Goddess Toolkit for healing self-criticism. And, you're going to have access to all the tools that I created there. So, yeah, thank you all so much for being here. And yeah, let me just put on a little music. I'm not going to go out light. We're going to go out a little bit booming. Let's go. Standing up. You dancing with me. In this community, we dance. Hey, y'all have a wonderful September. I hope you hear my voice. Have a wonderful, wonderful September. I love you all. Thank you all so much for being here.